1, 2, 3, 4.
14, Braden Sorge. Number 15, Ika Samola. And number 66, Matthew Cordier. Substitutes for Rockdale. Number 5, Giorgio Sperenza. Number 16, Soka Katatola. Number 18, Benny Ross. Number 19, Jason Tchaikovsky. Number 20, Ricardo Rizzo. Number 23, Hunter Elliott. We have visitors. Number 2, Charles de Goy. Number 3, Troy Damascus. Number 5, Nicholas Kalijuru. Number 6, Pat O'Shea. Number 8, Connor Quilligan. Number 9, Peter Grozos. Number 18, Mark Rodich. Number 19, Nicholas Katarich. Number 20, Daniel Axford. Number 23, Evangelo Souris. Number 27, Jaden Cito. Substitutes for the visitors. Number 1, Andrew de Blasio. Number 7, Jesse Spring. Number 10, Harry Jones. Number 11, Anthony Morabito. Number 12, Thomas Brown. Number 22, Aidan O'Shea. Boys on the back field, please make your way off the field of play, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ilinden Sports Centre for round 4 action in the NPL Men's New South Wales competition. It's the Rockdale Ilinden hosting St George Saints in this local derby here this evening. Well, how good is it to see midweek football? Always keeping us entertained. The top tier of football in New South Wales. Tonight's game sees the second place Rockdale Ilinden hosting the newcomers to the competition. Currently sitting in 9th and enjoying a solid start to life in the top tier, the St George Saints. No changes to the Rockdale lineup. Paul D and Nick Stavroulakis keeping things status quo as they were from the weekend. In goals, number 1, Harrison and Devonish Mears. Number 2, Daniel Collins. Number 3, Lachlan Griffiths. Number 6, Isaac Danzo. Number 7, Alek Urushevsky. Number 8, Dean Pelikanos. Number 9, Bay Antonio. Number 10, Brendan Chalakian. Number 14, Braden Sorge. Number 15, Olayinka Sanmola. And number 66, Matthew Cordier. Liani Taucheski and Daniel Zellini coach St George Saints. Well, just one change to the new boys on the block, and that's the youngster Nikola Škatarić coming into the side in place of Jesse Spang from their first win of the season over the weekend when they defeated Sydney FC by 2-1 at this same venue. In goals for them, number 20, Daniel Axford. Number 2, Kayo De Godoy. Number 3, Troy Danaskos. Number 5, Nick Caligeru. Number 6, Pat O'Shea. Number 8, Connor Killigan. Number 9, Peter Grozos. Number 18, Mark Rodic. As previously mentioned, number 19, Nikola Škatarić. Number 23, Evangelo Souris. And number 27, Jaden Cito. Rockdale undefeated so far this campaign. 2 wins and a draw in their first 3 fixtures. Good start to the season for them. Only had 1 home game, and that's the game they didn't win. Settling for a 2-2 draw with a late penalty to Urushevsky. For the Saints, well, they've had 1 of each, a win, a draw, and a loss. Losing their first game of the season, quite heavily, in fact, to Manly United on that Friday night. It was a game to forget for Tauchevsky and Zellini, losing 3-0 on that occasion. The week after, though, they absolutely fixed things up. They had a 0-0 draw with Blacktown. Never an easy game against Blacktown, and they got the job done. 0-0 on that occasion, and last week finally recording win number 1 of the season, scoring their first goals as well of the campaign. Troy Danaskos, fittingly the captain, opening the scoring for St. George. Rockdale aggressive immediately. And we see that quite often from Rockdale. They like to start with a high press, really put teams on the back foot early. St. George returning the favour with a high press of their own. Sorge manages to play out here. Son Mola. Now they play it out from the back. Decent crowd here for a midweek game as well at Ilinden Sports Centre. A couple hundred people in attendance, and of course the committee, or as you'd have it, the Rockdale Ultras in full voice already. And that's a great ball there from Urushevsky, putting the St. George defence under a little pressure early. And Škaterić trying to be a nuisance. Once he gets running at defenders, can get quite dangerous, especially with a little bit of confidence. Got a great left foot on him, the youngster. Played at Mount Druitt last season, made the transfer over this year after Mount Druitt were relegated from the top tier. Did start on the bench over the weekend, but into the starting lineup. Speaking to Daniel Zellini pre-game, said there were some loading issues within the squad. And with these midweek games, it's the perfect opportunity to rotate players and get players some extra minutes. And of course, giving players the opportunity to prove their worth in a starting spot. Paul D and Nick Stavroulakis didn't think so, though. Fielding the same squad as the weekend, where they were very, very good against a, well, almost fully stacked Western Sydney Wanderers outfit. Coming away with a 3-2 win there. Sanmola, Pelikanos and Urushevsky all getting on the score sheet on that occasion. St. George, a very structured outfit, tough to break down once they get their line sorted. As we play with 3 at the back, but it does turn into a 5 when defending, and Danaskos here is in a good position, and he saw Devonish Mears off his line, and he saw it early, opted to take an extra touch and went for an effort from the side. Probably wasn't the best choice, having Škaterić arriving in the middle. Nevertheless, it counts as an attempt for the nominal visitors. They use Ilinden Sports Centre as their home. And they'll be looking to move to their home of Barton Park very soon, from all reports. They've been searching for a home for a while at St. George. And it's great that a club with such a proud history will finally have a place to call home. After being at St. George Stadium for so many years, the famous St. George Stadium. And it seems that they now again have somewhere that they can make a fortress and create new history and new memories. Throw in for Rockdale deep inside St. George's half. Turn there by Pelikanos. Danzo clipping it forward. Pelikanos again. Sanmola looking to twist and turn, and trying to get away from Danaskos. That pass from Danzo cut out. Now Škaterić has an opportunity to create some issues, but the Rockdale defence and goalkeeper react. Switch ball there from Pelikanos. Again, easily cut out and dealt with by St. George. Here's Chalakian. Plays it wide for Sorge. Sunmola wants it. Chooses to keep possession though. An experienced right back. Great touch on there from Chalakian. Sunmola crossed it, cleared away. And you can see that they will be very tough to break down. St. George, they shut those passing lanes down quite quickly and make it very difficult for the opposition to play through them. And foul there by O'Shea on his opposing number 6. Isaac there. If I'm not mistaken, Danzo moved to Rockdale a couple of years ago from St. George. Still very young himself, early 20s. Chalakian there, clipped on the ankles, no real complaints. And a good opportunity for the home side to test Daniel Axford here. Chalakian, Ludoszewski and Bay Antonio all interested. Ludoszewski the first to walk away. It does look as though it'll be Chalakian though from, it will be the little number 10. The magician to take this one. You expect the effort direct that goal, but maybe a training ground move. Let's see what Chalakian has in store. Goes direct, aimed for that near post, but not troubling Daniel Axford on that occasion. And they've intercepted there through Chalakian. Urushevsky on the left. Heavy touch though, let him down. And he'll be disappointed with that. He did come in quite quickly, but still there are those opportunities that Urushevsky eats up for breakfast every single day of the week. And that's a strong challenge from Cordier right in front of the Rockdale faithful, and they would have loved that. It's a heavy, heavy challenge. One of those real strong ones that really lift your teammates. Here's Devonish Mears. Was looking for Sunmola, the cutout by Sito. Degadoy for Axford, and Axford almost closed down. Pelikanos thought about the shot with Axford off his line, but opted to take a touch and whip it in the box instead. They've given it away again. Sunmola, Olayinka Sunmola, closed down now. Constant pressure on St. George. You just feel already as though it's a matter of time before Rockdale perhaps score the opening goal of the evening. And Sorge tweaking that ball forward. You can hear Paul D and Nick Stavroulakis both very frustrated. They're expecting Sunmola to make the run through there for Sorge to play the ball over the top. And again, Matthew Cordier, he seems hyped up for the evening, making another big challenge. Pelikanos. Some silverware home. There's a good chance. Urushevsky offside though. As I said, Rockdale keen to get some silverware in the trophy cabinet. They've come close on a few occasions. This year they really seem to be on the right path, but the problem with being on the right path in this competition is you have the likes of Blacktown City, who look the strongest they've looked in a while. You've got Apia Leichhardt, who are always strong, and then the pretenders like Marconi and so on. But what a ball here for Sunmola. Should have done better though. Another great opportunity. It was a perfectly threaded pass. And Sunmola just couldn't get that first touch right there. Killigan switches play now. Can St. George create something of their own? Here's Grozos. Ball goes out wide by Killigan and wasn't given up on, but Devonish Mears came out, claimed. Antonio. Danzo. Collins. Now Sorge. And you can hear the Rockdale coaching staff. They really want to create these 2v1s on Troy Danaskos' side and use the pace of Olayinka Sunmola. Here he is now running at Danaskos. Danaskos, though, stands tall and firm there. Blocks that one. Here's Škatarić. Not much support for him. Doing his best, though, to battle away and keep possession. Done very well. Great touch back there by Grozos. That's some nice football. Souris playing it through. Here they come now, St. George. Grozos looking at his options. Cleared away. Well, it seemed as though it was going to be cleared away by Rockdale. That was very, very nice from the visiting side. Some good one-touch football. All starting with Nikola Škatarić. Did well to hold off the first defender and then found the right pass. Here's Collins. And they're under a pressure here again, Rockdale, but they've managed to hit the first line and the second with the ball over the top by Danzo for Rushevsky. Touches it on to Sunmola. Square pass back for Danzo. Heavy touch though, intercepted by Souris, only for a moment. And the home team in possession once more. Antonio looking for the run of Chalaki, and he finds him across goal. Axford comfortable. Looks as though it's going to be a tough night for St. George. Already working very hard in defence. Killigan switches the ball again. They've done that nicely a couple times now. Kept in by Kalajeru. Scored what would prove to be the winner on the weekend against Sydney FC. Here's Killigan, can hit him from distance, but closed down by Chalakian. Collins there kicking out a little bit as well. Right, Connor Killigan, a fantastic player with great technique and the ability to shoot from distance. Sorge overlapping now. Sunmola though opting to go central once more. Again, they're asking for Sunmola to go, and that's what they want. He gets around Danaskos, cross in toward Urushevsky. He's cleared out for a corner. I can tell you the Rockdale coaching staff were very pleased with that. Antonio will take the corner for Rockdale. Ball in toward the far post. Hasn't been really dealt with. There was half claims for a handball there by the Rockdale players. More so came from the crowd though. They'll come back again here. Switched ball for Antonio, who heads it toward Urushevsky. Gets it back again, but just couldn't bring it down. Here's Axford. Plays it out wide to Rodic. I think it was Rodic out there that lost those challenges early on to Cordier. That doesn't happen very often. Very strong defender the young man is. He'll never back down from a challenge, that's for sure. I'm sure he'll be waiting for his opportunity to get a go. Another 50-50 with Cordier to set the record straight. Here's the Naskos. His switch ball not really working out. Sanamola now on the left. Running at the defence, but St. George come away with the ball. I was saying earlier a little bit, the round had started last night. He's Killigan on the turn. That's a free kick. Troy Danaskos scored a free kick on the weekend. He'll be licking his lips at this opportunity. But before we get to that, the round started last night. A very good game between Northwest Sydney Spirit and Sydney United, finishing 1-1. 5 other games on tonight. This one, the 6th. 2 kicking off in about 10 minutes' time. We'll get to those in a moment, though. First, let's have a look what Nikola Škatarić can do from here. Pulling rank over the captain. If he scores, though, I guess he'll be pulling rank every week. Škatarić lines it up. Škatarić goes direct, and it wasn't too far at all. A great effort from Nikola Škatarić. And Devonish Mears was worried about that one. Buzzing just wide of his upright. St. George's best opportunity of the game so far. 17 minutes in. Sorge under heavy pressure. Manages to get the ball away to Sunmola. Stands over the nice pass for Chalakian, but Chalakian has his pass intercepted by De Godoy. That ball from Pelikanos. Not quite what he anticipated. So this evening at Cromer Park, Manly United host Blacktown. It's 0-0 currently. Sutherland Sharks are down 1-0 to the Wollongong Wolves. The Sydney Olympic and Marconi after 15 minutes are also locked at 0-0. Hills United host Sydney at 8 p.m. And the blockbuster, St. George City, take on Apia at Penshurst, also kicking off at 8 p.m. Chalakian plays it wide, he's Sorge. Forward for Sunmola, great ball. Lots of space here for Sunmola. His pass across goal wasn't held by Axford. Uroshevsky couldn't tap it home. It'll be another corner though for Ilinden, as the Ilinden chant comes across in support for the home side. Antonia delivers the in-swinger again to the far post. This time Collins couldn't get much on it. Sunmola was there too. Uroshevsky having words about the delivery with Antonio, not too happy. Uroshevsky had a phenomenal season last year. Already got 2 goals for this campaign. Great touch there from Killigan. Danaskos now trying to get forward, as is Škatarić. It's Grozos. Great challenge though. Now Rockdale may be able to break here, but look how many players St. George have back. Alek Uroshevsky is on his own up top in terms of support from his own teammates, but 3 St. George players are around him. And they really want to lock up here. They want to make it difficult for the home side. Some attention needed here for Lachlan Griffiths. Maybe a bit of blood. I think that's why the referee stopped the game. Blake Rashuda unavailable this evening for Rockdale. The action will get restarted now. Rodic for Suris. Keeping the ball across the back line now, St. George. Bit of a respite for them. They've really had to defend inside the opening 20 minutes. Should give them a bit of time on the ball. Give their defence and their midfield a bit of time to breathe and relax. And now Rockdale slowly creeping up, putting the pressure on. Rodic almost getting caught. Maxford under pressure from Urushevsky. Anywhere will do. It's interesting the way Rockdale pressed there. They let St. George keep the ball, slowly started to creep. And once one went, they all went and hounded the St. George players, caused a bit of panic and almost came away with the ball. Degadoy sends that one toward Danaskos. It's a great ball, but Danaskos just offside. Free kick goes the way of Sunmola and Rockdale. Sorge. Pelikanos back for Sorge. Now St. George pressing a little higher. Devonish Mears under pressure from Škatarić, but outside of the foot almost worked out perfectly. Instead, St. George will come back again here. Here's Killigan. Likes these sort of areas. Killigan didn't quite wrap his foot around the ball as he would have liked there. Sails high and wide of Devonish Mears' goal. Sunmola under pressure from Danaskos. Skips away from a couple. And Rockdale break the press here. Pelikanos spreads it wide for Antonio. Still Antonio into the area. Cleared away by Degadoy. Griffiths. Collins galloping in the space in front of him. Here's Chalakian now. Collins has continued his run. Chalakian doesn't pay it though, and came in there a little rash. Wins the free kick. In fact, the free kick's gone the way of the home team. I think from what the assistant referee, or sorry, the fourth official is telling the St. George bench, it was the foul previous to Chalakian diving in. Not too many complaints in the end from Zelini and Talchevsky. Antonio to deliver another set piece now. Clips it over the top and Axford comes and claims. Comfortable for the goalkeeper. Here's Škatarić. Nice turn, goes down. Griffiths clipping his ankles. Maybe lucky to get away with no card there. I'd say that's because it's his first foul of the evening. The referee believes a warning will suffice. Well, aside from that first 15-minute onslaught, St. George has slowly edged their way back into the game. They started to have a little bit more of the ball as well. Musuras did well. O'Shea. Rosas. They do work the ball nicely, St. George. When they can break that high press from Rockdale and settle themselves down in possession. It doesn't happen often. It's probably their longest spell of possession at the moment. Danaskos has a tough pass. They've given it away now, though. Danzo, and this is where the danger could lie. Danzo driving forward, but look how quickly they get back in defence. 8 players already back for St. George. Ball to the edge of the area, and Suras clears towards Škatarić. But Griffiths did well. Griffiths plays it over the top of the defence for Sunmola, and Axford off his line on time to pick that one up. And look at Urushevsky with the early press, but they've managed to play around it. Now Danaskos sends it forward, but Collins confident there. Good touch from Danzo. Urushevsky to Pelikanos. Now Lockie Griffiths. Sorge overlapping. Urushevsky couldn't get the pass to him. Collins for Pelikanos. Now Griffiths. Sunmola. Waiting for the opportunity. They've got to be patient, Rockdale. St. George very disciplined at the moment. Blacktown found it hard to break him down. Sydney FC found it hard. Sydney scoring 1 goal, but came in the second half. They're obviously going to make it very difficult for teams. But Rockdale will need to, as I said, stay disciplined and wait for that mistake, because more than likely there will be one that appears somewhere. Killigan back for Degodoy, who could hear the footsteps of Urushevsky from behind him and had to release that one quickly. Grozos. St. George bench being put through their paces. Andrew de Blasio, reserve keeper, Jesse Spang, Harry Jones, Anthony Morabito, Thomas Brown and Aidan O'Shea, all waiting for their opportunity to come off the bench. For the home side, Giorgio Speranza, So Katuoka, Benjamin Wass, Jason Tchaikovsky, Ricardo Rizzo and Hunter Elliott. There's space for Danaskos out here if they can find him, but Bay Antonio now gets back to do his defensive dues. Ball through for Caligeru. Rockdale come away with it now. Here's Antonio. That one's going to be tough for Sorge to bring down, and he can't. Danzo knew it as soon as it left the foot. Didn't quite feel right. Degadoy back to Axford. Axford decides to take a touch. Well defended there. Now Killigan. Danaskos making the run. Almost finding him with a excellent ball was Killigan, who tried to slow down Sorge. He couldn't. Jaden Cito could. I think that'll be the last time either team get away with no cards. I think that was the final warning of the evening for both teams, unofficially. Here's Griffiths. Denzo looking to thread the needle for Oleinka Sanmola. Couldn't find the winger though. Sorge heads that one away, only as far as Killigan. Here's Danaskos. Marconi have taken the lead at Belmore. They lead Sydney Olympic by 1-0. Switch ball from Grozos. Kalajeru can't get there to keep it in. It was a good idea to reverse the pass, but just a little bit too much on it for the right wing back, Nicholas Kalajeru. Degadoy driving forward now, the central defender Killigan for Danaskos. It's on his left. Danaskos hits that one just over, a little uncontrolled. He would have wanted to at least hit the target there. It was well worked, all thanks to Kyle Degadoy. Took the ball through midfield, found Killigan. And then Danaskos' effort was just a little too high. Lots of power behind it, not enough direction though. How about this for a run? Cordier through for Urushevsky, but the flag goes up very quickly. Take a guess that the Ilinden faithful aren't too happy with the flag being raised. Urushevsky not too happy with the call either. It was very tight though. Degadoy now looking to switch the ball for Kalajeru. Now Grozos with a bit of space in front of him here. Danaskos has some too. It's taken too long to make a decision though. Souris back for Cito. That was a good opportunity for St. George. And Sorge did enough to put Danaskos off. Pelikanos takes it forward. Antonio for Cordier. Chalakian wants it, as does Antonio's continued his run. And he's gone down, and it's a penalty. Referee points to the spot. No complaints from the St. George players either. And they will have the opportunity to hit the front about 10 minutes before the break. It'll be the Baker that steps up, as he always does. And you don't normally see him miss these kind of opportunities either. It was almost an unnecessary foul, but you could see the run coming in from Antonio from the back. And here's this run-up as well. One of the longest run-ups to take a penalty that I've seen before. He gets so much power behind these spot kicks, does Alek Urushevsky. And he does so again. Finds the bottom corner and puts the home team in front. Daniel Axford picking the wrong way. Alek Urushevsky off to celebrate with the committee. And Rockdale lead here at Ilinden Sports Centre by 1-0. 35 minutes in. And I said that it'll take an error for Rockdale to break this defence. They were so disciplined all up until that one moment. And the one moment's cost them dear. They will have to open up now and search for an equaliser. They've got no other choice. Great little move there by Suras to let that go through the legs. Škatarić taken off the ball, off the ball there by Griffiths. Grozos. Degadoy. And as much as we can say there was an error defensively for the penalty, you've got to think back to not even 30 seconds prior when Grozos could have probably played that ball a little quicker to Danaskos or to one of his attackers. Instead, held it on for a touch too many. St. George ended up losing possession. And here's a chance for Danaskos on the right foot. That would have been a collector's item. Doesn't use his right foot much at all. I'm not talking just for football. Left footers generally don't. Speaking from experience, of course. Degadoy, great little challenge there. It's come back to him again. It was Killigan. I thought it popped up for him for a moment, but Pelikanos was the one that came away with it. Last touch coming off Sorge, says the assistant referee. Good challenge from Chalakian. Urushevsky. Well, I think he went for goal there. I'm not quite sure what that was in the end. He waved it away there because he wasn't happy either. That's a tough ball back as well. Urushevsky looked to take advantage there. Kicked his leg up quite high as well. He's going to check up on the defender. He may have accidentally kicked him in the head as he was going to ground. I think that's Jaden Sito that's down. But again, that's another error that has almost let in Rockdale for a second. We got Thomas Brown warming up. I don't think it's too serious to mean that Sito needs to come off. Both teams taking advantage of the break in play to have a quick drink of water and refresh a little for the last 5 or so minutes. Suras. Back for Rodic. Collins now finds Pelikanos. Bit of a heavy touch from Pelikanos. Is forced Rockdale deep here. St. George saw the mistake and almost took advantage on the press straight away. Identified it almost immediately. Here's Killigan, back heel for Danaskos, who gets it in the area, but headed clear by Collins. Now Kalajeru, his pass cut out. Sunmola wide for Urushevsky. Going up against Sito. Try to play the ball through for Sunmola. But Danaskos did enough. Long throw for Bay Antonio. It was very intelligent from the Baker. Good defending in the end, I think, from Mark Rodic. Here's Danzo. Clipping it over the top for Urushevsky. Plays the early ball in. Look, the handball there. That was pretty clear from where I'm standing. The referee said no. Degadoy came off his foot though, so I'm guessing they'll call that accidental. Most definitely came off the hand of Degadoy. But no intent. It's really hard to identify what the handball rule is these days, but I believe if it does come off a body part first, the foot in this case, and it hits the hand, it's not deemed a handball. But hey, who's to know these days? A million different rules when it comes to the offside rule and the handball rule. No one can really work it out at times, but I guess that's why we got the men in the middle. But there's a pass given away by Devonish Mears, and it seems as though St. George were a little bit more surprised to get that ball. Pat O'Shea then anything, and that's why they couldn't really create something from that. Here's Killigan, good feet, still Killigan. And Sorge doesn't give up on that one. Clears it upfield only as far as Sito. Kalajeru plays it wide. Grozos goes down, wins the free kick. Could be a chance for St. George to get back into this one. Find the goal just before the break. And Degadoy and Rodic going up. Rodic will want to atone for giving away the penalty. Doesn't score many himself though, so that could be a collector's item itself. The set piece will come in as we tick into the 44th minute. In comes the ball, headed away though. Great defensive header from Daniel Collins. Danaskos now. Tough one to get out of his feet. And Devonish Mears comes and collects. Here's Isaac Danzo. Sorge making the overlapping run. Chalakian battling away with Degadoy. Shirt pulling everywhere there. And there's another quick throw just over the head of Antonio. Well, he hit him in the head, but didn't have enough there to control it. Here's Škatarić, good feed in the middle there. Still Škatarić. Whenever he's got the ball, he's done so well, Nikola Škatarić, as he has there, and he's found Danaskos now. Danaskos' touch lets him down. Sunmola was back defending. Throw for St. George. Last minute of the first half. Can St. George muster one last chance before the break? Here's Cito, bit of time and space. Chalakian spotted it late. Souris went for the reverse pass. Locked out though. Great ball wide for Danaskos. Danaskos gets beyond Sunmola, but again cannot find the teammate with the cross into the area. Devonish Mears confident and comfortable to come out and collect that one. There'll be 1 minute of time added on as the fourth official lifts his board. Sunmola holds off one, finds Danzo, and now will Rockdale be able to create one final opportunity in the first half? Here's Antonio. Forward for Cordier, but this time St. George defense worked it out. And Grozos there breaks through past Cordier, and Cordier goes down, but how did Matthew Cordier win that ball? It looked as though he'd lost his footing, and Grozos was away, but somehow managed to turn his body around and win the ball there. Great challenge from Cordier, who's been fantastic in this game. Here's Sorge. Good ball in. That danger area just inches away from Sunmola as the referee brings the first half to a close. Quite an interesting first period we had here. Rockdale really dominating the first 15 minutes. St. George slowly clawing their way back into the game. In the end, a penalty call, an error by the St. George defence. Penalty call going the way of Rockdale. When you get a penalty, Alek Urushevsky almost every time will punish you, as he did this evening, slotting the penalty in the bottom left corner. At halftime here at Ilinden Sports Centre, it's Rockdale Ilinden 1, St. George Saints 0.
next Sunday we're back home here against Rockdale City. So next home game here is next Sunday, not this Sunday. Sunday week here against Rockdale City. 3 p.m. kick-off for that one.
And the teams have re-emerged for the second period here at Ilinden Sports Centre. And it's the home side, Rockdale Ilinden, that lead by 1-0 over the St. George Saints. Alek Urushevsky from the penalty spot, opening the scoring. With about 10 minutes to go in the first half. St. George was so difficult to break down in the first, or in the whole first half really. Just that one error, one slip in concentration that allowed Bay Antonio to get around the defence. And a through ball from Matthew Cordier. So Antonio brought down by Mark Rodic. And when Urushevsky gets an opportunity from the spot, he doesn't miss. Ball into the area nice and early. It was a great ball as well. Low and aimed toward the near post, but no Rockdale player able to get onto the end of that one. And 5 at the back for St. George. Very difficult to break down, very disciplined. But one lapse is enough to cost you, and punished they were. Still lots of time for them to come back in this one. Handball there by Grozos, but referee was about to allow play to continue, but instead chose to bring it back. Rockdale didn't have possession, so no advantage for them. Here's Collins. Taking it forward, looking for options. Finds Chalakian, who in turn found Sorge. Great turn from Chalakian, but well defended by Degadoy. Shkataric with a little flick there, but just a little too far for Killigan. Shkataric, a real shining light for St. George in the first half. Very well in possession, held the ball up well. Didn't lose many ball either, didn't get much, but what he did get, he didn't lose. Here's Rockdale on the attack. Bay Antonio, another good low cross into the area, but again, no red and black jersey there. And great play from Grozos. That'll be the first yellow of the afternoon, going the way of Dean Pelikanos. Pelikanos arriving this year at Ilinden Sports Centre from local rivals St. George FA. Not to be mistaken with St. George Saints or St. George FC. That's who you're watching this evening. Spent time at the Wanderers as well. Had a really good season last year with St. George FA. Cleared away by Degadoy. Go through some results for you now. Half time at Cromer Park. Manly Blacktown 0-0. Sutherland are losing by 2-0 against Wollongong. Sydney Olympic managed to equalise after going down against Marconi. 1-1 there. Games are kicked off a little later at 8 o'clock. Hills and Sydney 0-0. St. George and Apia 0-0 also. Cordier closed down. Kalajeru blocking the cross there. I've got to say, it's a beautiful evening for football here in Rockdale. Perfect conditions for the two teams. And that's why we've got a nice crowd here as well for a midweek game. One of two midweek rounds this season. Chalakian on the turn as his shot blocked by Rodic. I said one of 2 midweek rounds that we have for the season. That's not including the cup games, of course. This is the first. The second will come later on. Corner comes in now to the near post. Urushevsky flicked it on, and it's been tapped home by Chalakian. And Rockdale go 2 to the good. They've doubled their advantage. It was Urushevsky's flick on, and Chalakian at the right point to put that one home. It'll be very tough for St. George to come back from this one now. And it's really what the home team has deserved. That ball to the near post, flicked on very well there as well by Urushevsky. Always tough to defend those flick-ons. How will St. George respond now? They really can't put their heads down. They need to keep fighting. They were, as I said, extremely disciplined in the first 45. I said it was going to be hard. Stay disciplined for the whole game. As they were, and the quality that Rockdale possesses. Urushevsky unable to bring that one down under control. Devin Ishmir's ensuring his team doesn't stop playing the way they are, not dropping anything from the level that they've given so far. Škatarić holds off Lachlan Griffiths there, but the pass from Grozos was off. Ball out wide for Cordier. Great turn from Cordier. I said he's had a good game. Commentator's curse. He wins the free kick though, so giveaway of possession won't count in his statistical column. Rodic forward for Souris, but his pass is off, and now Sunmolo has been a bit quiet this evening. Good defensive challenge, I thought, but the referee didn't agree with me. Doesn't have to. Foul by Killigan. Rockdale free kick taken early by Urushevsky, but read by Kalajeru. Ball sent forward. Škatarić holding off Griffiths again. Škatarić saying that Griffiths had a whole piece of fabric off his shirt. The referee wasn't too interested. Chalakian on the turn. It's a good idea, but not quite the direction required to challenge Axford in the St. George goal. Ball sent forward for Škatarić to chase, but Sorge is there, and Sorge clears away. And you may be able to hear the Rockdale faithful in that far corner where the ball is now in full voice this evening. They'll be very happy with what they've seen from their team. They'll go to the top of the table with victory here if results stay as they are. Good start to the season for Rockdale. Should they hold on here, which they're looking quite likely to, they'll move to 3 wins and 1 draw in their first 4 games. Good start to the campaign. But the tightness of this competition as well. There is not one team that has a 100% record after 4 games. Quite incredible. Gilligan's pass there. Just behind the run of Kalajeru. Here's O'Shea. Wouldn't just sit for him. Wins the free kick. Late touch coming in there from Denzo. They've taken it quickly. And Danaskos' shot's blocked. Souris saw the opportunity to attempt to play it early. Danaskos' shot was blocked anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. Referee pulling it back for Grozos to deliver the free kick here now. Bit of a breeze here at Ilinden Sports Centre. As I said earlier, perfect night for football. Delivery goes to the far post. Degadoy looked like he was getting there. The last touch came off a Rockdale player. It'll be a corner to the visitors. Degadoy brings a lot of experience to this side. He's done a lot of good things as well for St. George in this game. Him and Škatarić have really stood out at the moment as Danny Talchevsky and Daniel Zeleny prepare a couple substitutions. Ball comes in. It's going toward the head of Killigan, but now maybe Rockdale can break. Good challenge from Danaskos. Cordier still chasing back, but touch did come off his hand. Good call by the referee. Harry Jones and Thomas Brown, the 2 players to come on. Degadoy under a bit of pressure. Finds the pass to Grozos. Škatarić. Škatarić again. Running out of options. Goes down. Wins the foul. A yellow card as well for Sorge for the challenge on Škatarić. Another opportunity for St. George now from another set piece. They've had a couple now, but haven't quite taken advantage. Can they do so here? Degadoy, O'Shea, Škatarić all in the box. Rodic as well. Well, there's Killigan, who's got a bit of height. Grozos will deliver the free kick. Ball comes in from the left, and that's a disappointing free kick. Still not out though somehow. I'm not quite sure how that didn't go out. Here's Danaskos. Kalajeru, Rodic. St. George keep the ball. It's a disappointing free kick though for Talchevsky. We've expected more in that opportunity there. There haven't been too many for St. George, and when you get a chance like that from a free kick in that sort of range, the delivery needs to be better. And it hasn't been on a few occasions now. Cordier, for the umpteenth time today, wins another challenge. Ball in by Antonio for Danzo, but intercepted by Killigan. And now St. George may be able to break here. Not too many white shirts forward though. Danaskos back for Souris, who Sends the ball back to Grozos. Antonio driving forward. Ball falls to the feet of Cordier. Still Cordier, back to the back post. And Chalakian got up there. What a save from Axford. The game has definitely opened up now. Here's Grozos. Caligeru finds the ball for Killigan. Space here now for Souris. Grozos has Caligeru wide right. Škatarić now in the middle, but he's offside. Looking along the line, you cannot be offside in those situations. That'll be very disappointing. And Degadoy comes off. He'll be replaced by Thomas Brown. And Connor Killigan replaced by Harry Jones. And 2 substitutions for the visitors. Bay Antonio is down at the moment as well. Rockdale players are warming up. Jason Tchaikovsky will be the one to come on for Rockdale in place of Antonio, who doesn't seem like he's too pleased about coming off. The first change for Rockdale this evening sees Tchaikovsky come on for Antonio. Great turn from Danzo in midfield. Spreads it wide now for Sorge. Sorge's cross blocked by Danaskos. And that'll be a corner, I believe. This is where Rockdale scored their second goal from. Can they do it again? Corner to come in now. Tchaikovsky to take. Good ball in toward Chalakian. I'll tell you what, Chalakian gets up for one of the shorter players on the park. Ball forward now. Again, not enough players in support for St. George. And Rockdale quickly pouncing on that and winning possession back. I'm very keen to see Saw Kataoka. Lots of things spoken about him in pre-season. And suffered a MCL injury about 3 weeks out from the start of the campaign. He's back now. On the bench, so I'm certain we'll see him at some point. Driving forward, Caligeru makes the run. Great ball from Rodic to find Caligeru, split the defence, but Caligeru cannot get beyond Matthew Cordier. Cordier, a player that I've heard whispers has been looked at by a few A-League clubs, but nothing concrete yet, but definitely one of those that perhaps should be playing at a higher level. Consistent performer is Matthew Cordier. Here's Tchaikovsky. Back for Danzo. Here's Cordier. Getting forward now, but tackled by Souris. Pressing, and Rodic and Urushevsky having a grab of each other there. Urushevsky, foul going against him in the end. Slid early there, did the Rockdale captain, and trying to force the error, almost has. Pressing on his own really, and the error's come up now. Here is Urushevsky, tried to play the ball for Tchaikovsky, but just couldn't get enough of his foot around the ball. Rodic, forward for Škatarić, good touch again from Škatarić, and silly there from Grozos trying to put the ball through the legs. And they'll get punished here because Urushevsky is in, but the flag is up. And celebrations are cut short. But just like that, he tried to get a little too cute, as Grozos did. Very, very close to getting punished were the visitors. He's come off now, as has Škatarić, who was excellent. Jesse Spang coming on, and Anthony Morabito. Sorge still full of running. It's a good ball though from Thomas Brown. Sorge was all over that one. Danzo just sends that forward. Late challenge by Souris. Free kick goes the way of Rockdale, and Daniel Zellini off the bench now, yelling out some instructions to his team. A workmanlike performance from Rockdale. They've done what they've had to get the job done. I wouldn't say they've really gotten out of third gear, but it's been enough to get the result here today, it seems so far. St. George really have worked hard. They've made it difficult for Rockdale, but just not enough. Cleared away. Challenge there in midfield by Urushevsky on Rodic, who's not happy with the tackle. Letting the referee know those two have been in the walls in the last few minutes. Kalajeru back for Rodic. Gets a bit of respite now from Urushevsky after a couple of minutes of hounding. Here's Brown. Past the halfway mark here in the second period. Pat O'Shea was looking for the switch ball, but didn't quite work out. Here's Cordier. Forward for Urushevsky. His pass is off. He wins the ball back, so it doesn't matter. Danzo. Urushevsky turns away from O'Shea. Danzo now spreading play the other way via Collins. That pass is long. And we're about to see Katoka. Being readied, as is Giorgio Speranza. Chalakian with a great pass for Urushevsky, and it's hit the top of the bar. Just leaned a little too far back there, did Rockdale's marksman. And those changes will come in now. It'll be Dean Pelikanos that comes off, and saw Kataoka to come on for him. A very creative midfielder from all accounts. Let's see what he can show. And Speranza will come on for Oleinka Sanmola. I think Cordier will push higher up. Tchaikovsky will go to the right wing, and Speranza will slot in at left back, so a bit of a tactical change. A positional change more so from Rockdale, not so much tactics, just personnel. And again though, the press proves fruitful for Rockdale. They come away with the ball. Bit of confusion there. They almost got caught. They have now. Chalakian on the turn. I'm not quite sure that Rockdale wanted the whistle. I feel as though they wanted to play on there. And now it's discussion again between Chalakian, Urushevsky, even Tchaikovsky. I think this may be a little too far for a shot on goal. About 30 metres out. Urushevsky's left it. I reckon Chalakian might go for goal here. Well, it'll be Tchaikovsky with the left, a la Sinisa Mihailovic. It's Chalakian on the right. Forces Axford into a save. Here's Danzo. Cordier trying to turn, but well defended by Caligeru. Hills have taken a 2-0 lead at half-time against Sydney FC. Bit of a surprise result there. 0-0 at half-time, St. George Apia. Wollongong now leads Sutherland by 3-0. Sutherland really finding the going tough this season. Sydney Olympica Marconi, 20 minutes to go, still 1-1. Manly Blackdown 0-0. Speranza with the throw. Chalakian gets it back to him. They keep the ball here, Rockdale. Griffiths was looking for Chalakian. His pass was off, but he worked hard to win it back. Kataoka, that's his first touch. Here he is again. He was pulled back. Free kick for Rockdale. And Marconi has hit the front again. 2-1 now at Belmore. They scored only moments ago. This time it will be Alek Urushevsky. And Urushevsky goes low and forces Axford into a save. Where was the man? Behind the wall, laying on the ground. We've seen that everywhere, really. This time we did it, and it almost caused St. George to go another goal down. Danzo's great press there, wins the ball back. Here's Chalakian, turning and facing toward goal now, and was looking for Tchaikovsky. I'll tell you what, though, if you haven't seen the 2 goals that Marconi scored this evening, be sure to see them, because that second was one special free kick. Here's Urushevsky, though, looking to extend the home team's lead, and Cordier was being unselfish, tried to find a teammate in the box. Perhaps should have gone for goal himself. Nick Stavroulakis, the assistant coach here for Rockdale, calling on his substitutes. They'll be making some more changes imminently. But first, Chalakian will deliver this corner. Ball comes in toward the near post, headed away. And again, on the fly from Speranza! And Giorgio Speranza scores an absolute belter here at Ilinden Sports Centre. Runs over to his dad to celebrate with his family. But how about that? What a special strike on the volley. The substitute makes it 3, and Ilinden are right on their way to another 3 points and to a spot on the top of the table. But how about that? A spectacular strike from Giorgio Speranza. Gets praise from his coach as well. Just as Stavroulakis prepares those subs, Benjamin Wass and Hunter Elliott, the 2 to come on. More than likely in the next break of play. Well, Alek Urushevsky, he wants more. He's hungry for more. He loves scoring, that man. Now the ball in behind for Morabito, who gets there, a cross goal. Poor delivery. It was a good position for the St. George winger, and he should have done better with that delivery. Here's Cordier. Now Urushevsky. Not many options forward for him. Now it comes from Cordier. Great challenge though. Kalajeru tracked the runner, slid in, and ensured that, well, Rockdale wouldn't score another goal. Another corner kick here to Rockdale. Comes in, headed away at the near post. And Griffiths was there in a little late and a little too overzealous on Morabito. And Braden Sorge will come off. As will Alek Urushevsky. He's never happy to come off, but the game's coming in a couple days for Rockdale, so they're resting a few players.
And substitution, Alek Urushevsky, number 7, coming on, replaced by Ben Ross.
Foul goes the way of St. George. Jesse Spang there, the substitute. Spang was probably the signing of the season last year. And it wouldn't have been that interesting had he not signed in the middle of the season when the window opened. It was the best piece of business that Yanni Tauchevsky and Daniel Zellini could have done, because Jesse Spang brought in goals and brought them promotion. And he's done well again this year. Getting a rest after the first 3 games tonight. Here's Cordier. Back for Speranza. Now Danzo. Tchaikovsky. That one though not troubling Daniel Axford. Brown thought about playing the long ball and then almost got caught by Was. And Rockdale thought they had won the ball. They have here now. Great turn there from Was. Referee plays the advantage. Ball comes all the way back out though to Danzo. Nick Stavrolakis still barking out instructions. Cordier wide for Speranza, whose cross is blocked. Hills have now taken the lead 3-0 against Sydney FC. Quite the shock result there. Rockdale are in action on the 9th of March. It's their next game. Travel to Manly. Tough away fixture, that one. Well, St. George, it's the St. George derby on Sunday. They travel to Penshurst Park to take on St. George FA. Here's Danzo. Square for Kataoka. Good little touch for Collins. Now Speranza again. Cordier. Just keeping the ball. Rockdale, they want a clean sheet here. Speranza back in the squad after being injured. So it's hard to change a winning team after speaking to him earlier. But some way to put yourself into contention as St. George make their final substitution of the evening. Mark Rodic will come off for Aidan O'Shea. Rodic giving away the penalty in the first half that opened the scoring. Up until that point, himself and St. George looked unbreakable. Wasser's pass is off there. Axford for Souris. They're under pressure now. Was is doing the running instead of Urushevsky, and they forced the error, but Danzo's given it straight back. Morabito wanted that one played over the top into space. Well read by Griffiths, and now Cordier finds Was here. Good challenge though from Jaden Sito. Inside the last 5 minutes here as St. George City take the lead against Apia Leichhardt. 1-0 at Penshurst now. Corner for Rockdale once more. Ball comes into the near post, flicked on again. Cleared away. And in essence, St. George have conceded 3 goals this evening, but all 3 came from set pieces. The first a penalty, the second 2 from corners. It was the second phase for the Speranza goal, but still it came from the set piece originally as Harry Jones sends that one wide for O'Shea. Danaskos in a good attacking position. Good ball in by Danaskos. Devonish Mears got just enough on that. Danaskos was a lot more lively in the first half. Haven't seen much of him in the second. Here's Souris. Ball forward looking for Morabito. Falls here for Harry Jones, who looked to backheel it to a teammate. He should have hit it from there. He was just outside the 6-yard box. Missed opportunity for St. George to get a consolation. And now can Rockdale punish them on the counter? Elliott forces the save from Axford. And it'll be another corner for Rockdale. That's how quickly Rockdale can counter, and with these substitutions it seems like there's even more pace than what they had previously. Young boys full of running. Daniel Axford making the save though to keep it 3. In swinger, headed away. Tchaikovsky thought about letting it go. Elliott, who just had that chance moments ago. Back to Tchaikovsky. Griffiths. Danzo. Speranza opening up on the left here. Kautoka. Clipped over the top, and Axford will let that one run. Lots of communication coming from Harrison Devonish Mears in the Rockdale goal. No David Bradashevich this year for Rockdale. Favourite son here. Back injury has forced him to call it quits a little early. He's still young though, and you hope that you'd see him return at some point to football. Here's Benoit. Now Tchaikovsky combines with Chalakian. Well defended by St. George on that occasion and cleared away. Quick run through of the results elsewhere. Manly Blacktown still 0-0, the only game with no goals. Sutherland are down 3-0 against the Wollongong Wolves. That one's into stoppage time. Marconi lead via a Marko Jeršić spectacular goal. 2-1. Hills lead Sydney 3-0. While St. George City are 1 goal to the good against Apia. As we're not too far away ourselves from ticking over into stoppage time. The fourth official about to lift his board to tell us how long to go. Good ball forward there by Brown for Jones. As Calagera was looking for Danaskos but didn't quite find him. I believe there'll be 3 minutes of additional time added once the fourth official raises the board. Ball out wide for Cordier. Fourth official didn't care too much for us here. From the tower. That's okay though, we'll have words after the game. For 3 minutes, I'm pretty sure my vision, X-ray vision, saw on the board. Can Rockdale add a fourth in the time that remains? They've been very sturdy at the back, haven't they, Rockdale? Collins and Griffiths both really put up a good performance. Škatarić did give the two centre-backs a bit of a problem, but they were never really beaten. Because the youngster didn't really have much support either. St. George's first task was to defend in this game tonight. They did well up until that penalty. Here is Was on the turn, looking for Cordier. Just a little bit too much on that pass. Speranza, back for Kataoka. Kataoka plays it to Cordier. Here's Chalakian, looking for the run of Was, intercepted by Brown. Good little touch there from Aidan O'Shea. And now Danaskos has space in front. Can they get a consolation? Morabito wide for Calageru. Calageru was looking for the square pass. But Isaac Danzo did his defensive dues. And now Chalakian is onside, but Axford was out quickly. Can we get a special goal? Yes, we can. It's the youngster, Jason Tchaikovsky, off the bench to score from some 40 yards out. Axford's header straight into the path of the youngster. And Tchaikovsky, to the delights of the home crowd, puts that one away. He runs over to the bench to celebrate. And Rockdale now lead by 4 goals to 0 against St. George with 1 minute of time remaining. Well, there's not even a minute left as the referee blows for full time. Rockdale Ilinden 4, St. George Saints 0. It was quite the match from Rockdale. They never really looked in danger. Hats off though to the visitors. They worked so hard defensively all up until that penalty. Their structure was tight all game. In the end, they were undone though by a team with a little bit more quality at the moment. St. George, though, they won't be pushovers this year, stepping up into the NPL Men's New South Wales competition after earning promotion. Well, in summary, St. George, as I said, defended very well for the opening part of the game. A foul, though, by Mark Rodic on Bay Antonio 10 minutes before the break, saw Alek Urushevsky step up, and Alek Urushevsky dispatched his penalty. with no problems at all.
Level 33.
In the second half, Wodaszewski became provider, flicking on a header from a corner into the path of Chalakian, who put it over the line, and then we were treated to a bit of a spectacular goal from substitute Giorgio Speranza, one that if you haven't seen, ensure you see on the highlights. A beautiful volley that came off the underside of the bar, and the scoring was wrapped up via another substitute, Jason Tchaikovsky, placing the ball into the back of the net after Daniel Axford had come out to clear the original danger. But that'll be that this evening here at Ilinden Sports Centre. Rockdale are back in action on Saturday. They travelled to Coroma Park to take on Manly United, while St George are in action on Sunday in the local derby when they take on St George City at Penshurst Park. Full time here at Ilinden Sports Centre. Rockdale Ilinden 4, St George Saints 0.